until we're actually being recorded, so I don't have to repeat it. All right? Anybody have anything specific that they want me to address before we get started, or after we get started? Our subject today will be learn to read the Al-Fatiha. Ready? Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Today we're going to be working with reading the Al-Fatiha by way of syllables. I want to explain something to those of you who may not be familiar with the classroom. Those of you who have taught, especially if you've taught in the lower grades, you know what I'm about to tell you already, what reading is. Some of us just know how to read, but we really don't know what it is. It is a decoding system. That's what reading is. It's a decoding system. And what is on that paper that you're trying to read is nothing but code. In other words, there's no divine meaning in that stuff that's written on the paper. It's codes, all right? A code then means that it has to be understood between the user and the one who's receiving it, what the code stands for, right? In reading Arabic, we have to be aware of this. It's in all languages, we have to be aware of this because the letters, the alphabets are different. We have to be aware of two codes. I don't know what that whistling is. I'm hoping not breathing that hard. Okay. The two codes are the code for the alphabets and the code for the meaning of the words once the alphabets have been put together to form those words. Does that make sense to you? The code for the alphabet entails knowing what that alphabet is telling you to do with your speech faculties. All right? Some say what sounds. All alphabets don't have sound. All right? They don't, when I say don't have sound, none of them have sound, but they don't represent sound. Okay? Only the vowels represent sound. All of the others represent positions from which or in which to start or stop making sound. If the vowel is following the consonant letter, then we're going to make that vowel sound from that consonant position, whatever it is. If the vowel comes before the consonant, then we're going to say that vowel sound and stop in that consonant position. Now that's the agreement you have to have in order to read, whether or not it's a formal agreement or not. All right? You cannot read, you cannot speak, except that you agree to use syllables. What can we do here? It's annoying me. I'm pretty. Come too high. Oh, is that what he says he's going to take care of it? Okay. All right. So everybody understands now. So we're dealing with two decoding processes. Decoding the alphabets so that we know what the alphabets are telling us to do with our speech faculties. By speech faculties, it means such things as your tongue, your teeth, and your voice box, all right? Then, once those alphabets are put together, we got two of them up here. Maybe one of them is feeding back on the other. Once those alphabets are put together to form what we call words, there has been agreement at some time as to what that word means. Sometimes we change the meaning of the word by way of agreement. I've demonstrated this to you before, but I'll do it quickly because I see some new faces I haven't seen before. For instance, the phrase that we use, "What's up?" When you hear someone say that phrase, "What's up?" you're not even inclined to look up to see, oh, well, you don't read it. That doesn't even if you don't greet like that. We greet Assalamu alaikum, but we still know what "what's up" means. That is the greeting. Because the people have agreed, and they didn't sit down at a round table to do that, all right? It's just something that's done. So, that had been done, starting with a few, and it was us who started "what's up." Why? Because we didn't know what's up. So it was a good question for us. And the answer was usually sad. It was negative. Nothing to it. There ain't nothing happening. So that's how that greeting started. Okay, now, what we have, my pointer, excuse me. What we have on the board today is the Al-Fatiha. And I use color in order to teach Arabic. Arabic does not have to have different colors in order to present it. Here, up here at the top where I have Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim, I used color, the color red, to represent the sounds. So the only sounds up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right? This one we don't pronounce unless it's something else coming out. All right? So the red marks are the only sound. But now, for this demonstration we had here, we have to switch gears. Okay? This, I use colors, different colors, just two different colors, to separate the syllables. Most of you remember, but some of you may not have heard what a syllable is. A syllable is simply the smallest pronounceable part of a word. Elijah. How many syllables in Elijah? Oh, you balls and just I was getting there. Okay. I was talking to Elijah, but he had to do something else. All right, so how many is it? It's 2 syllables. All right, he got a double assignment. We're both picking on at the same time. Okay, 2 syllables. 3 syllables. Yeah, Elijah. All right, 3 syllables. All right. Everyone speaks in syllables, and likewise, everyone reads in syllables, and that's not just Arabic. All right. Now you can learn to read other ways, and what winds up happening is you only know by rote. They call it by rote. I mean, you pronounce it that way because somebody else said it. Okay, but you have no idea what's. And that's what happens to too many of us. When it comes to Arabic, we simply learn it by rote. What we do here, inshallah, is teach you the process. Because if you learn the process, then when our gene or no other Arabic teacher is there, you can apply the process and figure out what it is. Isn't that more bountiful? It takes the limits off of us, all right? Some people don't like this because it gives you as much access as they have. And Allah is just as close to you as He is to me. And if I don't share this with you, then I got something coming. So I'm going to share it, because I didn't go to school for it. Allah just gave it to me. He gave me the job, first of all, through Imam Waradin Muhammad being so wise in the religion until the prisons opened up. And then once the prisons opened up, I got the job as a chaplain. And then the brothers insisted that I teach them Arabic, which I didn't know. And told them I didn't know, like I'm telling you. I don't know everything. But I promise you this, the same thing I promised them. I will never teach you that which I do not know. What do I mean by that? I will not pretend to know if I don't. Because oftentimes we get into that, got to keep our reputation up, so whatever anybody asks me, I got to have an answer for it. I don't have to have an answer, all right? Allah is the one who knows everything. Okay, so the pattern that we have up here is, first of all, we're writing, when you see just one color, that's the way the al-Fatiha appears in regular writing. And then when you see different colors, that's the line above it being syllabicated. And that's true to form, except for right here. I was trying to save space because I'd already counted up my lines, and I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to make it all the way down. So I wrote the surah name over here. Suratul Fatiha. And then I syllabicated. Suratul Fatiha. All right? I don't put sukoons on the end of words unless there's actually a sukoon at the end of that word. But when we come to the end of a word, we treat the last vowel, if it's at the end of a sentence, we treat the last vowel as if it's sukoon. But so that there'll be no mistake. So if you see a letter that doesn't have anything on it in these alternate lines, that means that it was a vowel sound there, but I don't want you to pronounce it, okay? So we have Fatiha. That was a vowel here. As a matter of fact, not only was it a vowel here, but it was another letter, wasn't it? No, I beg your pardon. Yeah, it was another letter. Ta marbuta. Ta marbuta. See, it has 2 dots on it here. And when we get down here, we take the 2 dots, because that's the way that letter, ta marbuta, which only appears at the end of words. It only appears at the end of words and is treated as hat when you drop the vowel on it, okay? But this is really a T, a ta. It's called ta, or feminine T, all right? Now, I have up here what is called the ta'uz. The ta'uz is a dua. that we should say more often than we do. We should definitely say it when we are saying prayer, because we're reciting from the Quran, and we also should say it when we're reading Quran itself. But there are other times when we need to seek Allah. As a matter of fact, I have one that I use. It doesn't say "A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim," but this one I know all of us need. "A'udhu billahi an akuna minal jahilin." That's what Moses said. The people was acting so crazy. He said, "I seek refuge with Allah from being one of the ignorant." All right. So I know we need that.